The Democrat Party has its lowest ever approval rating, and top Democrats fear things could get much worse. Yes, the world is healing. So reports left-wing Axios offering no less than 21 reasons why the Democrat Party is doomed, kicking off with a new CNN poll showing the Democrat Party has its lowest favorability rating ever, with just 29% of Americans holding a favorable view of the party. For perspective, this time in Trump's first term, Dems had a 44% favorability. The party is hemorrhaging working-class voters, the young and Hispanics. Gen Z is turning even more conservative than Gen X, which is Donald Trump's base. Democrats had been counting on mass migration for new voters, but a recent poll of 26 million Americans found a 23-point swing for Trump among immigrants. Axios thinks this all gets much worse, saying the party has no popular leader, little hope of winning the midterms given the Senate map, and polarized House districts, and most important, quote, dwindling influence over media, as Americans increasingly turn from network news and newspapers to podcasts and social media, where conservatives compete on even footing or even dominate. A senior advisor to Bill Clinton calls it the, quote, deepest hole since Ronald Reagan's sweep. So what happened? In short, the party handed control to the special interests, the radical activists, the government workers and NGOs, and corporations intimidated or bribed into switching parties by a heady mix of rioting activists and bureaucrats weaponizing predatory regulation and trillion-dollar government grants. The result of all this special interest takeover is a party unrecognizable to the traditional Democrat coalition of blue collars, the elderly, and minorities. All of these groups are socially conservative. None of them are down with naked drag shows for kids or free houses and health care for illegals. I mentioned in a recent video how Bill Clinton ran on traditional family values, lower government spending, like DOGE, and a strong border, all policies with 80% support. Today, Dems are instead chasing down the 20% issues. The reason they're doing this, of course, is it pays. Billions from corporations and corrupt NGOs fund their campaigns, while 50 years of media control has meant they can get away with outright corruption and count on journalists to hide it. That house of cards is now collapsing. Thanks to Elon Musk and thousands of people like me, outsiders can compete with legacy media and get our message out to even Democrat voters. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. After every election, they write obituaries for the losing party, but this time is different. Democrat support is in free fall. Remember that 44% in 2017 going to just 29%. Now, if I were rooting for the Dems, I'd tell them to publicly repudiate the social radicals, look to Bill Clinton's so-called Sister Souljah moment. Then I'd tell them to latch onto every 80% policy they can find, even if Trump supports it. So controlled borders, deporting criminals, safe streets, lower taxes, less red tape, helping small businesses, and even DOGE. Of course, Dems are not listening to me because they cannot. They are hostage to the money and the activists it spawned. Democrats' best hope may be the party implodes so spectacularly that they have to evict the corrupt and the crazies and get back to listening to their actual voters. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.